welcome back to season 2 of Before the Fight. A very exciting show. As always, I'm joined by Shannon O'Connell. Shannon, how are you?
I'm good. It's good to be back.
Yep, nice break.
Yes, awesome break.
Yeah. And Joel Camako, mate, how are you?
No coffee yet, mate. I'm half asleep, but I'm all good.
We'll see if we can't liven him up a little bit with some good banter. But we're going to start very quickly with the Ace Boxing promotion card that's coming up, and none other than Alfio Di Carlo. Alfie, how are you, mate?
Yeah, good, mate. Thank you.
Another great card. Tell us who's fighting on this one.
March 5th at the Eaton's Hill Hotel, we've got Liam coming back after a year out due to COVID against Terry Zermanis. We've got Frosty fighting Waylon, the trilogy. Luke Medini's fighting for a state title with an announcement to be made soon. Casey Caswell's fighting, Beck Hawker. It's a pretty good card, stacked with talent.
Now, the trilogy, let's touch on that very quickly.
I think whenever you put those two boys in the ring, I think you're going to get a cracker fight either way. So I think everyone can expect fireworks, really.
So what do you think of the fight, Shan?
The second fight showed the true Frosty. I think the third fight's just he's gonna better on it.
Frosty just showed his kind of man strength. Just walked him down, stayed on there. I thought eventually he's going to slow down, and it's tiring kind of style to walk someone down, just keep going. And he held it to the end, and he fought well.
Man strength, we like that.
Yeah, it was huge, man. It was man strength.
Almost like Garrett's man muscle from last year. Now, both boys are taking this fight very seriously, safe to say?
Yeah, we'll be getting well over 100 rounds in for this prep like we did last time, and just quality sparring.
We move on to Liam Paro defending his WBO and his IBF title.
Yep.
Against Terry Zermanis. What can we expect from this?
Terry's just one of those guys who's been around for a long time, and he's Joel will know him very well. He's just a very tough sort of walk-up type guy, but Liam's number 1 on BoxRec in that division, and Terry's number 2, so it made sense to make that fight.
Liam's sharp, so there's the tough guy versus the sharp dude, and if Terry can fight, he's kind of fighting, staying close, then it can be a tough fight for Liam.
I just think that there's levels, and Liam's not on the Australian level. So Australian level, yeah, great fight, but Liam's past that, and I think that's going to show on Fight Night.
I agree with Shannon. He is on the international stage, but we have to make do with what we can at the moment. And to be honest, Terry Zermanis is the main focus. That's definitely no one. The eyes are on no one else at this stage, and then we'll look at making something else happen as well if we need to.
Luke Medini, exciting fight at the end of last year out of Eastside Boxing Gym in Frankie Pianto. We haven't announced yet the...
No, there'll be an announcement soon, but he's one of the guys who's up and coming, and I don't think it'll be too long before you see him fighting for an Aussie title. I think he's almost at that level.
Yeah, he's a big dude. I haven't been punched by him just yet because he's a bit bigger than me, so I don't want it. But he's...
Soft.
Softer. I'll let him punch you once at least. But the thing about Luke is, he's a cruiserweight, but he actually moves like a middle.
The question I keep getting asked is, when's Casey Caswell fighting him?
Oh, that's definitely going to happen. Good
now,
times.
Beck Hawker. We saw her doing rounds with both Shannon and Corey Farr, struggling to find opponents in that weight division.
Beck's a talented girl, again with a great team. Frankie does a lot of good work with all of his fighters, so I'm expecting nothing other than a good boxing performance.
You can speak on Beck.
Yeah, Beck's a beast. I love rounds with Beck. If you sort of know if you're not on, you're going to get your head punched in.
Now, Beck's moved around with a lot of girls in her weight division, and even some not in her weight division. Like Joel, you've moved around with her.
I can't girls. Come on, I'm leaving. No, she's done a few rounds with her, and I was moving around, moving my head, and she's getting a bit frustrated. When I hit her with a shot, she come running at me like I'm that scared of my life, man. I swear, I was to leave the ring. She looked at me with his eyes. I'm like, all right, it's okay, man. Relax, please.
But all in all, it's going to be another great card from Ace Boxing Promotions. Alfie, thanks for being on the show, talking all things boxing.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
So here we are doing an at-home with Liam Paro. Let's go and see what he's like.
Wow, that time you showed up, did you say 7 o'clock?
Let's go.
It's got pedal assist, so you got to pedal with it.
Yeah.
Just fly around on this, no extra cardio.
So that's the electric bike. What's the fastest time you've done?
I got from here to Balimba, about 6-7 Ks, about 7 minutes, so I was flying, yeah.
And how fast does it get up to?
I got up to 68.3 down the hill, just pedaling my ass off. Pretty deadly, yeah. The Paro special, You'll see this is the best breakfast in the world. It's 80 grams, some mince, 2 eggs, a bit of tomato and spinach.
Hi, my name's Laura.
So how long have you and Liam been together?
For about 9 months.
And what's he like to live with?
He's just really onto everything, healthy eating, always up for trouble.
Any habits that he has?
Always looks at himself in the mirror.
So is he a good cook?
Oh yeah, best.
Does he do most of the cooking at home?
Oh, I don't do any of it. He loves cooking, but yeah, he's a bad cook.
I have 2 mum and porn, but I will.
So what was your first tattoo?
My first one was a little stick man flying a kite. Got a little home job up in the kite, all the boys got them, so I think I was 15 years old or something then, so little pretty deadly, getting that.
And how many other tattoos have you got?
I got a fair few, so I got my arm, that was my 18th, the Regan one, my best mate. That's another thing too, that's just a recent one, we did the Di Carlos and Force and that, Scotty Adams, we all got our own little tattoos, so pretty deadly little sticker. Local barber up there is doing this year. HBHFM is doing like a thing for the youths, so I'm gonna go up there with him, and because he's like this massive barber, just giving back to the kids there, just giving some guidance. I'm gonna start going up there and helping him out with that. It'll just be something like giving back, especially from where I come from too. You know, it's just a small place, and it's like you hear the story all the time of where people are like, oh, if I can do it, you can do it. Like that's legit. I didn't believe it until now. I'm like, did you hear people say that? Like, didn't believe it until you legit do it. It's like anything is legit possible. So it's like just, even if you go up there and just inspire one kid, your job's done, you know what I mean? To keep them off the streets and shit up there, because it's pretty bad up there, you know? It's not much up there. You can either people leave and chase a dream, or you get stuck in a trap, so. This is the next star, Puncho the Ragdoll, give him a follow.
You can follow Puncho on Instagram.
Oh yeah, so I got him for Laura for Christmas, but pretty much claiming him as mine, you know, he's a little shithead out. Yeah, I love him.
Alright, hey guys, I just want to welcome before the fight to our gym here, Fit as Fuck. So obviously I'm Liam Paro's strength and conditioning coach. We work twice a week on strength, power, movement, all to do with boxing specific stuff. So today's session, what we're going to roll through a series of strength and power movements, and then we're going to obviously work on his overall explosiveness through the session. Session usually goes for 45 minutes to an hour, and then by the time he's at the end of the session, he's usually exerted and he's ready for some food and a rest. So let's roll into the session. Welcome.
Bigger sizes, like different
They're the
sizes.
small size 8.
I need a big one.
That's the bigger. And then that's
What do you mean small, like just in the hand?
Yeah, so it's like the hand compartment. The padding and that's the same. Like the weights, everything's the same. It's just a smaller.
Half big hands.
Put them on and have a feel.
So look at the bigger one.
So that's the SFH and this SFF. So the difference being H for horse hair, F for foam.
Yeah.
So they're both puncher's gloves, but that's a horse hair. The small and then the regular.
Yeah, the puncher is shit's a compliment, isn't it? Oh man, I love them.
Yeah. I mean, there's not much. That's the horse hair.
Yeah.
That's the foam. So there's not huge difference.
Yeah. So this is pretty much my second home, maybe even first. No, I've spent most of my time here. It's where the dreams become a reality. It's where I'm going to become world champion out of this gym. No, Alfie pushes through our paces every day here, every single day, day in, day out. We're just working hard. You know, that's what separates us from the rest.
We've introduced a few new segments to the show this season, one of them being Gym of the Week, and our very first gym that we started out with was Fortitude Valley. Let's take a look. We start out our very first segment of Gym of the Week here at Fortitude Valley with the ANBF Male and Female Fighter of the Year, Ben Kite, Shannon O'Connell, in 2020, housing 4 Australian champions and a regional title. Let's go talk to Stephen Lee. What makes this place so special?
Fortitude. They're just the way it is. It's a boxing gym. It's a hardcore boxing gym with a soft side as well. Luke's like a son to me, and he's becoming a very, very capable coach. He's actually taken over as head coach, and I just work an advisory role with him, with the professionals. And I love training the amateurs. I'm training amateurs again after these 15 years, and I train amateurs, and I'm really enjoying it.
I put the last 13, 14 years into this with Steve. It's certainly my home. It's great. It was sad to see the old gym move down. Like Steve was shattered. I was shattered, but I said to Steve, mate, it's not the place that makes it special, it's the people.
Well, what makes the stable so special?
Yeah, all the boys and girls we've got here, all good people at heart, and mate, it comes through in their fighting. You've got to have a good character to be a good fighter, so I think that's where it comes from.
Special relationship between you and Steve?
I've been with him for 30 years now, so I started when I was 13 down at the police club in the Valley, and boxed through till I was about 21, and then as soon as he came back to Brisbane, we started training our first fighter together with James Giltro. He went on to win the Australian middleweight title, and after that we got Jared Fletcher and Todd Kidd, and the rest is history. We got going from there. It was great.
There's not too many gyms you can walk in and you can train beside 4 Australian champions.
Very special place, and Luke and Steve are just amazing trainers, and they put everything into anyone.
Oh, this place is awesome. Like, I mean, I've got my own gym, but I still call this home. So I would never train anywhere else.
After a long day, it's my getaway. Luke, Steve, it's home, second home to me. So yeah, it means a lot.
You're captain of the amateur team. It's a good squad.
Yeah, it's a very good squad. Good to see how they're developing in 2021.
Who inspires you the most? Who do you follow the most?
Connor Wallace.
Connor Wallace. Why Connor Wallace?
Because he trains me twice a week. I don't know, I just look up to him. Trains hard.
Obviously, whenever you go somewhere you hear about Fortitude, you know it's a good gym. It's a name. Everyone pulls together. Everyone's on the one page. You know what I mean?
Good energy in here, and it's my new home.
I kicked off at the Bookmakers Club up in Wharf Street up there in the city, and then I ended up down at the Police Shoot Club for 14 or 15 years. We love the name Fortitude and what it actually means, and also we relate to the ship Fortitude that brought all the settlers out here to Brisbane, and hence the name Fortitude Valley became. So we like that. Love being in the valley. Well, very first fighter I ever trained was Gary Wills. Did Doug Sam, Shane Knox, Paul Miller, Greg Eady, Todd Kidd, Jared Fletcher, Django, Benny Kite, Shannon O'Connell. I could drop names all day.
Now, there's a lot of history in the old gym. Sad to see it go.
Yeah, well, it burnt down. That's pretty tough, but like anything, we move on, you have to. Otherwise, you're going to die.
Big thanks to Fortitude Boxing for having us out there for Gym of the Week. They've graciously given us 3 sets of gloves to give away. All signed by the 4 champions from Fortitude there. So they'd make a great collection for anyone's boxing memorabilia. Moving from there, we go to world number 2 super lightweight, Liam the Prodigy Paro. Mate, big fight, Terry Zamanis coming up.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to getting back in the ring. It's been a year, so I've been itching. Can't wait to do my thing, eh?
What do you expect from the fight?
It's going to be a hard fight. He always comes to fight. Terry, I've got a lot of respect for him, but he's number 2 in Australia. He's going to want to take what I've got like everyone else wants. My plan's not to let him have that.
What's Liam have to do to beat Terry, Joel?
I've sparred Liam before, even though I was like way bigger than him. He's so sharp. He's hard to hit. He lands his shots, and he always lands enough to win. So I think he's just got to box and move and use his smarts, and that gets him the win.
He's got the X factor, Shane.
Yeah, for sure. Like, look, I said it before, Liam's that next step up. Yeah, it's been a year since he's fought, but fight's fight. You can't look past it. But I still believe that this could be Terry's first stoppage.
We work hard in camps. There's no point to be nervous. That's the fun part. So I'll put in the hard yards in training, so there's nothing to be nervous about. I'll come in 110% every fight. We don't look past any fight.
Mate, defending both your titles on that one, the WBO
exactly
and the IBF.
right. Yeah, yep.
Obviously, who knows what's going to happen on the day, but I just think the way you're doing the track work at the moment, your strength and conditioning, your composure, and at your age, I think that you're going to have plenty of engine in there for those rounds.
Definitely. I think you'll see the best thing in Paro. Don't get me wrong, Terry's tough, so I hope he's training hard. I hope he brings 110% because that's what we want. We want the fans, we want the best Terry. There's no excuses. We just want a hard fight. It'll be good. Yeah.
So, mate, wishing you all the best for this fight and looking forward to it.
No, thank you very much. Thanks for having me. Cheers.
Oh, g'day, Rob. The Australian title is just so important, especially for the young guys coming through. There's only one Australian title. It's held in high regard all over the world. Our Australian champions, they get a good rating in the Commonwealth Boxing Council. Yeah, look, Rob, I think it's the first time that I can remember this has ever happened. Ben Kite, for instance, fought 5 ANBF sanctioned fights, was successful in 5 ANBF sanctioned fights throughout the year. And then, of course, Shannon O'Connell, who's, in my opinion, is a world-class woman fighter. She has been up that way for some time, and it's nice to see her. She finally fought for an Australian title, and I'm sure she'll forever be proud of that achievement.
Well, how special is
Mate, that was special. When I got the news, I just sat there for a while. We don't put a lot of stuff up on the Facebook and Instagram, big note carrying on, I had a bit of a gloat to myself. I thought to myself, wow. Benny Kite came down from Cairns. He had 15 fights as an amateur up in the bush there. 50-50 record. He just wanted to be a fighter so bad. Shannon, can't say anything much about Shannon except that she is the best female fighter Australia's produced. She is the queen bee. She's out there. They all want to fight her now.
I was wrapped for them. They're both extremely hard workers and great fighters. So I thought they were well deserved. Benny just goes from strength to strength. And Shotgun, she's a legend. She's an icon in the sport. There's so many people that would have been up for it this year, and so that makes it even more special. Knowing that the quality of fighters and the calibre of fighters are around at the moment. I don't remember a better era for Australian boxing.
I'm really, really honoured to receive the award. There's so many great athletes in the country. We're chasing big goals, and for us, we didn't take any time off in 2020. We just used the time to knuckle down and get better, and I'm excited for what's to come now.
It's still to be recognised as a female in the sport in Australia is awesome, and to get an award. In previous years, girls haven't even been recognised. I was nominated one year, but it was all in one. Jade Mitchell won it that year, but it was like I was in there with the Maloney brothers, Jade Mitchell, Jeff Horn, and it was awesome. It was that was a big thing then, but then to have the women's category and to win it, that's amazing.
Massive for both of them, and massive for Fortitude Boxing as well,
For a hard shit. Yeah, it's been last year, so yeah, they did good, and I'm really proud of them.
The recipients are fully deserved it, and congratulations to the trainers too, Stephen Della and Luke Meldon. Well done by that gym.
First time in Australian history a gym's had male and female fighter of the year. Fortitude's pretty proud of it.
A big honour?
Yeah, it was huge. 2020 wasn't a very big year for many people, but having the right team behind us, we made things happen still. It was the last half of the year, but we still made it happen. We still had a really big, successful year.
Well deserved, Joel.
No, I don't agree. No, she had two fights in a pretty tough year. There weren't many fights. 2 big fights on the big stage and 2 good wins, and she's done both wins in style.
The contract been signed with Sugar Neeks?
Yeah.
It's on?
Yeah, the only thing that will stop that fight is COVID.
Joel, your thoughts on that fight?
That's a great fight. Shannon, proven, gone the distance with a lot of people, stopped a lot of people. Neeks, I've been in the gym with her for a long time as well. She's a huge talent. She can punch and whatever, but has she been in with someone like Shannon? She hasn't. So there's a question mark. It's a great fight.
Oh, look, it is a great fight. Years ago, we've done rounds. I do believe she's good. She's never fought anyone even a quarter as good as me. She's never fought anyone half as good as half of my opponents. That doesn't take away from the fact that she is good, but she's never been tested, so I'm here to do that.
It's one of the most exciting fights to be announced this year. The year's just started, but yeah, it's a great fight. On the card, the main event's Zarafa versus Mundine, but I'd rather be watching these 2 girls fight than them two, so yeah.
who knows yet, with Zoo edging closer and closer to fighting Dennis Hogan, there could be a potential fight if Zoo wins that to be fighting Zarafa. Tim might have to fight again in Australia in the earlier part of the year, and it could be a Zarafa fight. Joel, what's going on for you at the moment?
We're in talks to fight over in the States, but with everything that's happening with COVID and all that stuff, we don't want to risk going over there and getting stuck. So right now I want to revisit the potential fight we talked about for a long time with Wade Ryan. So there's 2 opponents who I want to fight that are under me, which is Wade Ryan and Troy O'Malley.
Moving to the Tim Zoo Dennis Hogan fight, Joel?
I believe that Dennis, the performance he put on against Mongoya, that performance gives Tim a lot of trouble. If Dennis can bring that, he can trouble Tim. But Tim's, he's young, he's getting into his prime, where Dennis is, going towards the end of his career. So, it's what's Dennis got left. So it'll be a great fight. I think it'll be a much better fight than Tim versus Horn, that's for sure.
We caught up with Tony Tolge again on the weekend for the Tolge tapes, talking all things international, and this is what he had to say. Welcome back, the very first instalment of the Tolge tapes with none other than Tony Tolge. Mate, legend, you're back, you're free.
Yeah, much better. It's so much better to be out of quarantine.
With a quick wrap on Luke Campbell, Ryan Garcia. What do you think of that fight?
I was backing Garcia in that fight. I thought Campbell is a great talent. He went the distance and had a good fight with Lomachenko. Garcia is a great talent. He got dropped in that fight, and it shows that he's got a chin. And, mate, what a body shot.
Canelo Alvarez, how impressive is he?
Just shows you how good Canelo is. I don't think he gets the credit for actually how good that he is. And he just keeps improving every fight.
Now, where does he go from here? Where does Canelo Alvarez go from here?
He's still talking with Eddie Hearn, Matchroom, about another 2-fight deal, a 2-fight deal with PBC. He's got a WBC mandatory against a Turkish guy. And then after that, it will lead to Caleb Plant, who's the IBF champion. And that's what he wants. He just wants to hold every title in that division.
Joshua Fury. Looks like we're getting closer.
There's reports of each guy getting $100 million. Not sure where it's going, but they're moving forward very quickly with that, because that's a fight that everyone wants to see. It's not going to be in the US. Might not happen in the UK. Possibly one of the Middle Eastern countries.
Words about Teofimo Lopez, George Kambosos. What have you heard?
I've heard that the fight is under 50% chance of happening in Australia as we speak, but that is changing daily. I think he got approximately $2 million for Lomachenko. Now he's talking about $5 million for Kambosos, and then the next article saying, quoting him, saying he wants $10 million. Then he's calling out Devin Haney, called him the email champion. There's Josh Taylor, who's the junior welterweight WBA and IBF champion, calling him out to go up a division. So he's the man at the moment. He can dictate terms.
Yeah, how close are we with Andrew Maloney Franco? What's going on there? Where are we at?
We've got other footage that clearly shows that eye injury come as a result of a jab. But I've been in discussions with the WBA. They've ordered the rematch, which means that these two fighters have to fight each other now. And we're looking to bring it down under.
There's no better guy for the job to bring us all the inside goss. But that was a great installment of the Tolge tapes, and we look forward to a great big 2021.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Good to be back.
So thanks to Tony Tolge there. Big fights, Ryan Garcia, Luke Campbell, and Canelo Alvarez there fighting Callum Smith. Really a lot of stuff happening on the international scene. Some exciting stuff there.
Expect the unexpected. Hey on guys, Joel Camako Camera here. Welcome to our Camako Carpool. We've got some random guy in the back, and we've got we got Beck Hawker in the front.
Hey.
Where can we get a coffee? So when did you start boxing, Beck?
2010 probably. I had a fight in the UK and then I came over here.
It's all
Do
right.
you want a coffee, Frankie?
Yeah, pull over here, mate.
Mate.
Get me one too, please. Funny.
So when you first came here, you trained with
Donny.
Donny Tyndall. He was like a tough trainer, yeah? Like Caboolture.
Yeah.
He's like the tough area, like.
Yeah. Just get in there and bang.
Just smash each other.
Literally.
Long black, no sugar?
Long black, no
not well.
sugar.
Who's the hardest person you've jumped into the ring with to spar?
I already know the answer to that.
I know the answer too.
What do you want me to say?
What?
Joel Camako.
Far out, like, took a time. Imagine like trying to be a female in boxing and then trying to get sponsors to support your career, like.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's
really hard.
It is hard?
It's really hard.
How many rounds?
This one's 5.
Oh, okay. 6.
Is it 6?
6.
We're doing 6.
Yeah. 6 twos.
She doesn't care, she just rocks up and just fights.
Nah, she was born for the pros, mate.
Wait, how much fights did you have?
I think I was up to about 44.
That's what I'm saying. She said she's only been with me for a year.
Yeah.
It's been the best year of her life.
Fuck, you must have had a bad life. Far out.
People ask me, they're like, I just don't know how you do it, and I don't know how you fit it in. Like,
Yeah.
so I work shift work, I work night shift, and then come straight to the gym. But if I didn't love it, I wouldn't.
You couldn't do it. People ask you, oh, so like, do you like boxing? I'm not getting punched in the face with,
What do you think
for
of?
nothing.
Yeah.
No, I'm just gonna walk up to the gym and punch in the face. I hate it.
Yeah.
First food you eat after a fight?
Probably chocolate cake. Chocolate cake's life.
Chocolate cake?
Yeah, chocolate cake is life. Chocolate cake for sure.
What's the RBWH?
Hospital.
Do you have any pets?
No.
What do you eat after a fight, Frankie? When was the last time you fought, like 1925?
Actually, no. Last time I had a fight was when I was 34. That was for
30, yeah,
that was for the Victorian title.
Oh, really?
That was like black and white TV days.
That was the last time.
Did they have TVs back
when I was
then?
34.
So funny. Done.
Thanks for the interview.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Appreciate
mate,
it.
come up pretty good.
Thanks to the
Legends.
bodyguard Frankie in the back. So a big thank you to Frankie and Beck Hawker for the interview. Also want to give a big shout out to Grand Prix Mazda Aspley for the support of Camako Carpool, and to anyone looking for a car, new, used, great cars. That wasn't great, was it?
There we have the very first episode of season 2. A great show, Shannon.
Yeah, it was. It was awesome. Awesome to be back.
It is. Joel?
Amazing, mate. Always amazing.
I'm Rob Shife. You're watching Before the Fight.